Good afternoon, everybody. Well, unfortunately, I did get started just a little bit late, so I'm going to have to stuff names in these flip inserts before we get started, but that'll give us a little bit of a time for chit-chat and introduction and getting things started here. I got Coin Junkie and Eric in the house. That's all I know so far. There'll be other people come along, I'm sure, once they start getting used to the fact that I am actually broadcasting online. Good morning and hello to everyone. Actually, it's a good afternoon from here on the East Coast. Good morning from the Mountain Time Zone West. How's everybody doing? So get everybody in here. Once I can get all these names stuffed, I'm going to get started. It's going to be a 1955 S roll this afternoon. Hey, Coin Junkie. Can't ever seem to get enough of 1955S looking for the magical RPM number 1. RPM number 1 is a very difficult coin to find. And, well, you just can't find them until you go through rolls. And so that's what we're doing here. Not going to find a roll with one of those in it until we go through a whole lot of rolls without them. But the good part about 1955S is that finding RPMs is not extremely difficult to do. There's a number of different RPMs known for the issue. They do show up once in a while. They're not scarce. They're not common, but they're not scarce either. They're not really hard to find. So we should get some production out of this roll either way. Hello, Wanda and Joe. Hey, everybody. I've got, about 15 names left to stuff, and then we'll be ready to start. I got this little feature started. Actually, what I did was I scheduled it with not quite enough time to prepare. Instead of showing up late, I decided to come on time so I could say hello to everyone and get everyone with the idea that I am actually broadcasting so they can come in, because some people didn't get notifications actually until I actually went live. Then they would get a notification that I went live, but they didn't get a pre-notification that the show was coming. 70 degrees in northern New York today. Yeah, we're going to hit probably 85 here. 80 to 85, somewhere in there. And in fact, I just remembered something I'm going to have to do, which means I'm going to have to postpone my 2 latest shows today until tomorrow. But the evening, well, we could do it a few different ways. I could either reschedule the box. I think I'll reschedule the box show for tomorrow. I'll do the box show tomorrow evening. I'll finish out the roll reveals today, and I'll do the box show tomorrow. That way I'll have enough time to get my afternoon chore done that I need to get done. And here is what we have. Hang on, let me get this situated and get it straight here. I can't ever seem to do exactly what I want. There we go. All right. There's our names. Get us ready, get us started here. All right. And the roll right here. Hey, Rhonda. And get my roll poured out onto my mat. Looks pretty nice. Looks like a nice roll. Let's go ahead and find out what we have here. Coin number 1 goes to Sureg. Sureg gets coin number 1. This will be coin number 1. It looks like right off the bat, what do we have here? Let me zoom in on this bad boy. Yeah, appears to be an RPM. Hang on a second, let me get this. No, but I'm not seeing anything. I certainly thought it was an RPM there for a moment. No, not seeing any actual doubling on the minute mark. Oh, Jessica. Good morning to you. Or afternoon. Still morning to me. So that's coin number 1, Sureg. Out and done. Get my stuff moved around just a little bit here so I'm a little more comfortable at doing this work. Here we go. There's Mr. Marshall, coin number 2. And coin number 2 will have... Here, let me get this zoomed back out so I can see what I'm doing. And coin number 2 looks like a non-RPM as well. No doubled eyelid. So that's it for Mr. Marshall. Coin number 2. Let me check this coin number 1 again for a doubled eyelid. I don't think I checked this before. No. No doubled eyelid there. Hello, Andrew. Here's coin number 3. These coins have nice luster. This one is an RPM. See that little bit of extra out in front of the upper serif? That is an RPM, I believe could be 1mm12. But I know that's an RPM. That upper serif is doubled to the east. Right up here. That's what we're looking at. So that's definitely an RPM. Eric, if you're around and ready, you can get a good little shot of this. Just like that. And go look it up for us. Favorite kind of roll to search. I really like the hope that 1956D gives me. I also really like 1951D, another really nice one. Unless you're talking about, you talking about date, or are you talking about the actual type of the roll? Because it doesn't matter to me what kind of container the roll comes in. I've found good stuff regardless of what kind of container they come in. Okay, the next coin has nothing. See about the eyelid. Nothing on the eye. Nothing in Liberty. So we're ready to move on from there. Now, coin number 5. Coin number 5, Mr. Joe Lawson. And we do have an RPM here. It's on the upper serif. Probably see it best if I turn it this way. You can see that doubling on the upper serif there. So it looks like it could be number 2, an earlier version of number 2. There you go, Eric. Get a good little shot of that one. Let me figure out what that one is. That's going to be an RPM for Joe Lawson. This might be his first roll, so that would give him a really good shot in the arm and get started. Pretty little RPM. was coin number 3. That was an RPM from before, and I forgot to pull it out, so I just had to go back and find it. Here's Jeff Dunn. Jeff Dunn now. Let's see what we have for Jeff Dunn. Well, I'm having trouble. I guess I'm zoomed in too far. There we go. Much better. Oh, my camera's turned around sideways. Having trouble driving. There we go. No RPM here. No doubling on the I. No doubling around the rest of the obverse, so I'm going to go ahead and call this one a normal coin and move on. Hi there, Coin Captain. The 56D and the 51D both have OMMs. I like them because they also have a plethora of very nice repunch mint marks. That is another minor RPM there. You can see it in the upper serif. The upper serif is pretty well split. Let's see about the lower serif. Yeah, I think it kind of has a split. This looks like it could be RPM 9. No, it's not number 9. Not sure what this is. Split upper serif. It's a different RPM from the ones we've seen so far, so this one's going to be pulled out for Sissy. And we'll keep moving down through the roll and see what happens here. Coin number 8 goes to Sureg. Coin number 8. It's another one of those RPM 12 or 14, whichever one this is. Relatively decent, clean looking coin. So congrats to Sureg, got himself a nice RPM. Coin number 9 now, Penny Saver. Penny Saver Cash, Roy Johnson. I can't fit that whole thing. It's another one of the same RPM again, but this one's been mushed up a little bit. But it is an RPM nonetheless. So I'll take this one off, stick it in the pile for Penny Saver Cash, Roy Johnson. Now we've got 3 of those. Coin number 10, Mike Birchman. And Mike Birchman gets... yeah, it's just a 1955S with a little hit on the top of the mint mark. It's been mashed down just a little bit. Okay, so it's number 14. Okay. Always fun when the Dynalite spins instead of zooming in or out. No, I like it better when using a real microscope. Oh, this isn't the Dynalite that I'm using here, buddy. This is a real professional microscope here with a 18 megapixel digital camera. Feeding live video. No RPM there. That was for John Brandon Bow. Did I flip that down that way? I meant to flip it that way. That's John Brandon Bow. Maybe I should bring it over this way just a little bit so you guys can read them. There we go. How about that? Now I'll put this in here. That's coin number 11, John Brandon Bow. Now coin number 12, Joe McBride. Oops, let me get you back up here. Coin number 13, trying to jump out of line. Coin number 12, Joe McBride. Looks like we do have an RPM here. It looks like just a bit of a west RPM. You can see the split in the upper curve right there. You know, split being a line that actually protrudes into or digs into the mint mark. You can see it pretty well right there. It's right up here in the very top corner here. Then you've got your split upper serif there as well. And then you actually have a split lower serif right in here. So it's a pretty decent repunch mint mark. I'm going to split this little guy off and give him his own little pile because I don't think we've run into one of these yet. We may have. I'll have to repair them. Repair. Not repair, but repair them together once I get finished with the broadcast and can look at them under the scope. If this one does belong to either one of the others that we've already seen. Decent little coin there for Mr. McBride. Next up, coin number 13, Jim Fletcher. Let's see what Jim Fletcher gets. Looks like there's a spot on this coin. What is that next to the date? It is a spot. It is a spot, but Mr. Fletcher will get an RPM with a spot. This coin is an RPM to the east. A little bit of split serif as well. You can see the doubling on the mint mark. There's an extra little bit of a serif sticking out to the east. 'Tis right here. And then you also have a split serif. It looks like he may have a split lower serif. There's definitely a little RPM going on there. Let's see if there's any other issues with the coin. I haven't really looked at it very closely yet. Just noticed that spot next to the date as I was laying it into place. Nothing else going on right there. That's going to be for Jim Fletcher. Coin number 13. Next up is coin number 14. Coin number 14 goes to Mark A. Let's see what Mark A gets. Yeah, looks like a normal coin. This one is a normal coin. Number 15 now, Mike Birchman. I'll try to go the whole day without calling him Mike Byers. My mistake in his name is not because of Eric Beyer. It's because of a guy I've known for many years named Mike Byers, and I see Mike B and it automatically makes me want to say Mike Byers. Not correct, Chuck. Get yourself together. Time Traveler's Coin Exchange, no. A 400x microscope is going to show you the molecular structure of the surface of the coin without showing you any detail of the coin. It's way too much magnification. This particular microscope is, I don't even know what model or anything like that. I need to go back and look at it and see if I can find the model so I can give it to you. But this one is a 0.3x to 7, no, I'm sorry, 0.7x to 3x. And it has 10x eyepieces, so it is effectively a 7x to 30x microscope. You get into the 40, 60, 80, 100x, you're getting way too much. And the 2000x that's going to horribly distort what you're trying to do. There, that one's definitely an RPM number 2, I believe. Definitely an RPM number 2, I believe. Get in a little bit closer and take a look at that mint mark. Now you can see that both 5s have a little bit of a die chip inside of them. Nice little RPMs. Yes, I definitely like the scope, but the camera is the part that I really like the best. The scope optics are just fine. Nothing wrong with the scope optics, but man, this camera, if you really play with the focus, you really get some seriously nice images using this. So that's for Adam Chambers. Folks, I'm just going to stack these RPMs up. It seems like we've got so many different RPMs going on here. Not even going to try to get them all separated because I can't remember which pile is which after a while. There's another RPM too. Another RPM too. This one goes to John Brandon Bow. Does have a few more hits on the coin. Okay. Awesome. RPM 2 for John Brandon Bow. Now, coin number 18 goes to Yo Man. And what does Yo Man get? It is an RPM. It's got that split upper serif. It's the same RPM that I've run into earlier in the roll and couldn't figure out what it was then. So I doubt I'm going to figure out really quickly what it is now. Get this move back out and focus back in just a little bit. You can see the upper serif is split very clearly. So there's that one. That's for Yo Man. Now, coin number 19, Joe Lawson. Joe Lawson gets... yeah, it looks like a hard time and a normal coin. That's what Joe Lawson gets. Start of a buy going on there. Get yourself a nice little die crack between the B and the E of Liberty. Those little die cracks end up developing all the way around, then the little piece of the die chips out and falls away. There's nothing left to punch down the area between the letters, and it looks like a blob of metal. That blob of metal sitting there has the apparent shape of the letter I because it's a relatively small space. There's another 55S number 2. And given that it's a relatively small space, or thin space between the letters, when you get something broken out between the two letters, it looks like another letter I. So, if you get one between the B and the E of Liberty, which is the more common spot for them to happen, you get what we call a buy error, B-I-E, because it looks like Liberty is spelled L-I-B-I-E-R-T-Y. Just because of how the die break happened. This one's, oh, here we go. Gotta flip this over. There's Joe Lawson. Joe Lawson, coin number 21. Let's see what we get on coin number 21 here. What's another RPM 2? So this roll's filled with RPM 2. Very nice. Very, very nice. Coin number 22. Now, you might ask why I'm not really looking at the reverses on these. Well, it's because I just don't. On 55S, especially these known RPMs, there is no double die reverse on. Oh, wait, Tim Morell is here. Everybody stop. Quick pop in and let you know what's going on. Did not have the procedure Friday because my stupid insurance canceled on the eve of the surgery. And they've been pumping meds. And man, I hope you get better. Man, I hope things work out for you, Tim. That sounds horrible. That you know there's something wrong and nobody will do it because nobody's paying anybody money for it. That's just ridiculous. Tim, man, I hope things get better. I really do. I was thinking about you this morning. I was going to email you a little bit later on. I didn't want to call and bother you because, well, if you were in the hospital, I didn't want to wake you up if you were resting, but I did want to email you and ask you what was going on because I'd not heard an update from you. Okay, so rescheduled for Thursday being tomorrow Thursday. Is that tomorrow Thursday? We'll certainly be thinking of you. Just like last time, please make sure that somebody updates me with what's going on with you as soon as you as soon as you get word. So as soon as you know what's up, if you're too tired or don't feel like sending a message, please have somebody else send a message to me and let me know how things are with you and how things are going. And I will let the rest of the crowd here know. And we're all pulling for you, brother. We really are. Well, I'm going to get back to the show so you can at least sit and enjoy the rest of the show. So what was this? This is coin number 22 for Adam, and it is another RPM number 2. Another RPM number 2. Tim, there's also some reveal shows for you to catch up on. I did some reveal shows yesterday, and you were involved in some of them. You've got coins coming on some of them. Okay, thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. Well, in between your periods of sleep, you might want to check on the channel and watch the shows to get caught up. So we did, I think we did 3, 6, 9. Did we do 9 reveals yesterday? And I have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 today, plus a box reveal show tomorrow. I have to take care of some yard issues today, so I'm going to have to take off after I get finished with a couple of these and not come back until later in the evening. I'll move the box show to tomorrow. And well, if anybody who happens to be around and available and wants to watch live, certainly welcome to do so. This one I know is that minor RPM. There you go. It's got that die scratch running right through the 9. So it's got that minor split serif on the top. So the upper split serif there gave it away to me. This one's for Sureg. This is an RPM. I'm going to put it in the stack with the others and move on to the next coin. We've got coin number 25. Coin number 25 for Doug Walters. And Doug Walters will get, this one seems to be a normal coin. This one is just a normal coin. It's a pretty nice one, but there's no die variety on it. Now for number 26. Coin number 26. See if this is one of the, no, it's not one of the little East RPMs. I thought it might be. Not one of those, so it's not an RPM at all. And not a double die, so we will cover this one and move on. Well, wait a minute, that's number 26. That was for Mr. Marshall. 25 was for Doug Walters. 26 is Mr. Marshall. Now 27. 27 will go to Doug Walters again. See what we get. Well, does not appear to be an RPM. No double die lid. Nothing on the rest of the obverse of the coin, but this coin is stunning. This thing is beautiful condition. Wow. Hang on a second. Let me do this. I drag out my Dynoscope here and get it set up for a whole coin shot. I'm going to switch over to it real quick. Let's see here. There we go. I'm going to stick this coin under the dyno. I'll show you just how pretty it is. Look at that. Pretty high quality coin there. It's a nice one. Hey Joe, I'm glad you showed up. I've got all your coins. I will be shipping them during this week. I have had some backups due to a camera issue that I needed to get corrected. It has been corrected now. And I am no longer backed up, except that I'm trying to catch up on everything that has not been finished up to date. Working on the reveals from the last week or so now. Once I get the reveals done, does appear to be a West RPM there. So we'll hold this one out. Little die chip on the bottom of the B. That's coin number 28. It's going to go to Sissy Atwell. And I will be working toward getting everything finished and mailed by the end of the week. And then all of the die varieties will be out next week. Sissy Atwell gets the next coin up. And nothing going on this one, I don't think. No. Beautiful coin. Really high grade coin. There's nothing going on here. Coin number 30 now. Coin number 30 goes to Marshall. And Marshall gets a minor East RPM. I only use microscopes for close-up shots. And the reason for that is because microscopes distort when you try to show an entire coin, because my field doesn't go wide enough for that anyway. This is all the way zoomed out, as far out as mine goes. So I can't get any more than that unless perhaps I moved the microscope up, but then that would mess everything up. But I generally only use the microscope for the close shots like this, because I otherwise just use a macro lens. This is an RPM here. I've seen at least one other coin in this roll with the same marks that I don't think I pulled out as an RPM, so I will have to go through the roll again. This one is Mr. Marshall's. Coin number 31 now. Coin number 31 goes to Bill Cresson. Let's see what we have here. What does Bill get? Let's flip this S around, take a look at it straight on. Looks like we've got nothing on this coin. Nope. Nothing on this one. We're going to go ahead and flip it and move on. Nope, that isn't the way I wanted to do that. I want to do it this way. OCD here. There we go. Coin number 32 now. Coin number 32 goes to Wanda. Wanda. Got another slight West RPM there. Another nice little coin. Beautiful condition too. Just a really nice looking coin overall. That's for Wanda. Now number 33. Back to Marshall again. And Marshall gets a really pretty coin. And it's an RPM. There's that extra little serif sticking out of the right side of the upper serif. It's just a little tiny thing, but it's there. It's right there. I'm circling it. Another RPM. This one's from Marshall. Now, coin number 34. Coin number 34 goes to DN. This one does not appear to be an RPM. No doubling on the I. No doubling in Liberty. We're going to skip over this one now. And move on to coin number 35. Coin number 35 is going to go to Adam Chambers. And let's see, that's an RPM too. You can also tell RPM 2, there's always going to be this die crack running across the front of the coat from the shoulder to the lapel, and sometimes it even has a separate curve. It has a second curve to it. RPM 2 also has, I thought it had a bit of a die crack on the head. This one doesn't, or it doesn't appear to. It's definitely RPM number 2. It's a beautiful coin. Man, this thing's in high grade. Really nice. Looks like a 66 to me. Any day of the week. 66 is rather common for 1955S. The coins came in pretty good shape, and a whole lot of them were saved, because collectors back in 1955 had the idea that since this was going to be the last San Francisco mint cent ever, well, they wanted to get one that had an S mint mark on it as a kind of a hurrah and cheers to San Francisco minting Lincoln cents. However, later on, well, San Fran, switched over to making proof coins. Been making proof coins ever since, and it also made the business strike Lincoln cents from 1968 to 1974. So the idea that this was the last San Francisco mint, there's another RPM for you right there, that this was going to be the last San Francisco mint Lincoln cent did not necessarily come true. But in 1955, I never could have known that. And here we go to Yeoman. Yeoman now. With, that's one of the RPMs right there. They got a little extra serif sticking out of the east part of the mint mark, the upper serif. This one's got toning on it. This was originally a roll end coin. When it was put in the tube, it got mixed in to the middle of the tube. But this was the ender. It's got pretty color. It's got some nice color. Not a whole lot of it, but it's got nice color. That's for Yeoman, now 39. Coin number 39, Penny Saver Cash, Roy Johnson. And we have another RPM. This one is the, apparently, this one is the East RPM. It's one to the east underneath the primary. And so we got that for Penny Saver Cash, Roy Johnson. He always reminds me, when I say that name, it reminds me of Johnny Cash. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. You got a lot of nice coins coming out of this roll. This one is kind of typical, and it's not an RPM or a double dice, so I guess we have to have the typical once in a while too to make the atypical atypical. And my apologies to Alan Hargraves, but he's getting a normal one out of this roll. Here's coin number 41 for Joe McBride. Let's see what happens with Joe's coin here. Another one of the RPMs. This one has the little serif sticking out of the upper right corner of the S mint mark. So it's another one of those. And I'll get this one in the holder, put into the special pile of RPMs, and move on to Wanda. Wanda, coin number 42. Coin number 42 for Wanda. Let's see what we have here. Well, it does not appear that we have an RPM, and we have some spots here and there on this one, so it's going to turn out to be a pretty much just a 1955 Lincoln cent. Alright. Oh, sorry about that. Cute nonetheless. It is a nice coin. Coin number 43. Doug Walters. Mr. Walters will get this coin. What is this one? Not a die variety at all. Roll loaded full of RPMs, and we end up with a non-RPM for Doug. Let's check for Jim Fletcher's coin here and see if it's an RPM. And 'tis not. Jim Fletcher's coin is not an RPM. Not a double eyelid. No doubling elsewhere on Liberty. Now, coin number 45. Coin number 45 goes to Kelly Michaud. And Kelly Michaud will end up with, it appears to be another normal coin here. Yeah, it is. Nothing going on there. Nothing in the eye. Nothing on Liberty. So I'll go ahead and flip this one. Hey, Bill, you missed... most of the roll. I think I've only run into one of your coins so far. I'm not sure. I don't know. I have a hard time counting cards, you know. Not quite the savant that Rain Man was. Let's see. This are really well mixed in. Okay. And I don't see anything going on with this coin. Okay, nothing here. There's Jeff Dunn, coin number 46. Now 47. 47 goes to Wanda again. Let's see what Wanda has. Well, it's not an RPM, not a double die. It's just going to be another 1955 Lincoln cent. Number 48 now. There's Bill. One of your coins, Bill Crescent. You got to have two coins coming up here toward the end, because I've only run into one of your coins before. I remember calling your name out once, and that was it. This one has nothing on it, unfortunately. Now coin number 49. John Brandon Bow. What does John get? Well, nothing of special note. Now coin number 50. There it is, Bill Crescent. Bill gets the last coin in the roll. And this is the last coin in the roll. Got himself a nice little RPM. That little thing coming off the right side of the upper serif. This little guy right here is an extra upper serif. And so that is a repunchment mark. It is a known repunchment mark and a listed repunchment mark. And congratulations to you for getting that repunchment mark as the last coin of the roll. What we end up with as for RPMs are mixed in nature because I did not keep them separated. We got coin number 50, 41, 39, 38, 35, 30, 28, 27, 24, 22, 21, 20, 17, 16, 13, 12, 7, 9, 8, 5, and 3. Lots of coins. Lots of them. And we're going to go back through the other way. Yo, man. Joe Lawson, Surag, Penny Saver, Sissy, Joe McBride, Jim Fletcher, Adam Chambers, John Brandon Bowe, Kelly Michaud, Joe Lawson, Adam, Sureg, Doug, Sissy, Marshall, Adam, Yo Man, Penny Saver, Joe, and Bill Cresson. So that's what you guys get. It's a nice roll. Told you it's going to be a good one. Well, this was a good one. And that's almost half the roll, I think, because here's the non-varieties, and pile's just a little bit larger than the other one. So we probably got better than a 20-30 split. And I've got another show. It's scheduled for 10 minutes from now, but I'm going to have to take a little bit longer between shows because I've got to get these things ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to schedule this one for 2:30. And then the next show I'll schedule at 3:45. And let's see, that's two of them. 2:30, 3:45. And then the other two shows I'll take care of this evening. 277, 278 I'll take care of this evening. And then the box pull I'll do tomorrow. So I'll get these shows rescheduled here real quickly. And I will see you when the next one starts. I appreciate it, folks. You guys have a great afternoon. If I don't see you again, if I do, I'll see you then. Bye.